Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's April and today we're going to be doing an all-day wear test of the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation up to 24-hour wear from Urban Decay. So when you open the package, this is what it looks like. It's gorgeous packaging. I love it. It's plastic, not glass. And then they have a brass cap and a brass pump. And then it's got like this cutout of the plastic, which I really like. And it has 30 ml and 1 fluid ounce, which is the standard, and the little jar thing on the bottom which says how long it's good until from opening is 12 months. I usually end up keeping it longer, just like most people, but so this foundation, I'm going to read from the side of the box. It says, that's the French version. Flexible, breathable, real skin, matte finish, medium buildable coverage, does not transfer and minimizes the appearance of pores. Stay true to color, waterproof vegan formula, does not contain animal-derived ingredients or byproducts. So I actually have really dry skin, but I saw Thomas Halbert post a picture to Instagram saying that he used this foundation and it looked absolutely stunning. So I thought maybe I should use it and buy it. So I bought it, not necessarily to review, I just wanted to try it. And then I haven't watched any other like videos or anything because like Samantha March uploaded one, Jeffree Star, Mel Thompson. I haven't watched any of those. So it's completely unbiased. And then, I mean, I did see Thomas's post, but it's still unbiased. And then I'm on the Ulta website, and it's this is the description for that. So find your naked truth with Urban Decay's Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. 50 shades designed with 9 shade intensities, 3 master tones, and 7 undertones in mind. This waterproof longwear foundation feels like a second skin thanks to breathable, flexible formula that moves with you all day, all night, up to 24 hours. It not only feels better, it even looks better with its Stay True color, which minimizes the appearance of pores. I have pretty big pores, I would say. I mean, if I took my mirror and like looked up close, you would be able to see them. And even in person, you can see them. So hopefully this will minimize it. And I do like a natural finish. I do prefer dewy, but natural is good too. I am already primed. And moisturize, so I use the Confidence in a Gel Lotion from It Cosmetics, and then I use the No Problem Primer from Touch and Soul. This is actually, even though it's a blurring primer, it's still pretty moisturizing, so it will help with the blurring, but hopefully this will help some more. I am in the shade 10NN, so 10 is my shade intensity, which is ultra fair, and then neutral is my master tone, and neutral is my undertone. There are lots of different undertones, so like on the Ulta website, this is the fairest shade, 10NN, and then there's 11NN, and then there's 10WY, which is ultra fair with warm golden undertones. So there's lots of, I mean, you could most likely find your shade, I think, because they've done like they've thought of every single type of undertone and every skin tone, at least from what I can see. I'm no expert though. I'm going to be applying one side with a sponge and the other side with a brush, using the Real Techniques sponge and then the Real Techniques 200 brush to apply it. It is, the time right now is 12:15. I go to work till like 10:45, so it'll be a pretty long wear test. I don't know when I will get like my full face done, but it will still be like a really long wear test. So let's get started. So I'm gonna pump it on the back of my hands. I'm gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 pumps. Yeah, they're not very like big pumps, so that's 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and it is, if you see, like, it's pretty liquidy, I would say. So I'm gonna do this side with the sponge. I'm gonna do that first. I'm just gonna grab a bit onto my sponge and then go ahead and press it in. And the sponge is also already wet as well. I do have a pretty high intensity job. It requires quite a lot of moving around. I mean, it is a pretty, like, it's hot where I work. I mean, it's pretty sweat-inducing job, so if this can last through that, that would be amazing, because I have gone to work before and, like, the foundations just slide off my face. Even though I am dry, sometimes it's, like, you still sweat, so, like, it's not necessarily oily, it's just the sweat that's coming off of my face. It's actually, I'd say, a pretty good match. I usually end up going for, like, not paler, darker foundations, because I am pretty fair, and especially in the drugstore, they don't really have things dark enough, especially like L'Oreal and CoverGirl, and I mean even to some extent Maybelline, because the Dewy and Smooth foundation is like one of my favorite foundations, and it's way too dark for me. I mean, I like have to bronze up, I have to wear a long sleeve shirt so you can't see my arms, like stuff like that. I actually used both pumps on the sponge. Maybe it's because I applied it onto the sponge and then onto the face, but I do want some more coverage, so what I'm going to do is get like half a pump and then actually dot it on my face and see if it layers up. It is looking really nice right now. It doesn't claim to be a full coverage foundation, which is not necessarily what I like, but I just want to see if it's buildable. And I would say I do have some acne. They're more like little spots. I don't usually get like huge angry red acne, but like you can still see it if I didn't wear any foundation. Wow, this is looking really nice. I do get a lot of dryness like right around here, and it does seem to be clinging to it a bit, but I think that really any foundation that I wear will cling to it, because like no matter how much I moisturize, no matter how dewy of a foundation that I use, it always emphasizes it. But I mean, if you just look at it, I mean, it's really nice. And if I get up close, I mean, you can definitely still see my acne, especially like right here, but it's definitely better, and it's a medium coverage, which I really like. I mean, I actually probably would have just kept, like in a normal day today, I probably just would have kept it at that first layer. Looking at my pores, they are really minimized, especially like in this area. I get like really deep set pores here, and they're really minimized. I really do like it, and like I said, it did take quite a bit, but I think because I put it like directly onto the sponge, it sucked up a bit more. So next I'm going to go in with the foundation brush. I'm going to try to use the same amount, so like 1.5 pumps for the first try. So I'm going to still take this directly onto the brush and then stipple it on. That's obviously more coverage because it's not soaking anything up. I'm probably not going to need the same amount, I would assume. I think it's a good shade match for me really well. I usually struggle to find the correct undertones because usually when like they get the super fair shades, it's usually just like one fair shade. So it's usually like a really warm fair shade, and I'm definitely not warm, more like cool neutral. Not totally cool, but not totally neutral. So this is actually a really good match for that. I definitely didn't need the same amount of foundation. I mean, this is like one layer, like the first layer of coverage, obviously, because on this side with 2 layers, you definitely can't see any redness, and on this side, you can see some redness poking through. So I'm going to use the rest of the foundation to, like, do a second layer, just like on the other side. And actually on this side, my nose isn't as exaggerated. Maybe my nose on this side is a little bit more dry, but I do really like it, and the pores are still really minimized. I can't really decide which side I like better. I think I might like the brush side better. Because it's really smoothing it out really nicely, quickly. I always feel like I take forever when I blend with the sponge because I'm like, everything has to be perfect. Okay. So I'm actually going to go over it a bit with the sponge just to even it out so it kind of looks the same on both sides. But I do think I like the brush side better. It adds this extra smoothness to my skin. Even though there's like, I usually, even if I use a brush, I always go over with the sponge anyway, just to like make sure there's no brush strokes or anything. But it just adds this extra like nice finish to my skin, and it looks really natural. I really do like this side quite a bit better. You can still see like there is a natural sheen to my skin. I wouldn't say that it's matte, completely matte at all, just like natural like they said. And my pores are minimized probably just as well on this side as this side. And then my nose, this side is definitely exaggerated quite a bit, but it is really dry. This side is better, even though it's still pretty dry. And then up in my T-zone, I'm like the opposite. I get more oily on the outskirts than on my T-zone, so this is where it gets really dry. It does look like it's like accentuating my dryness up there, but it's not bad. It looks about as normal as really any other foundation that I wear. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my face. I think I'm gonna use probably like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Not something too matte. I feel like it wouldn't interact with this foundation as well. So I'll be right back with that. So I'm back. I know, obviously, I just put on concealer on. I used the Catrice High Coverage Concealer, and oh my goodness, this looks so amazing. It is so flawless. This concealer interacts perfectly with this foundation. At least, like, right now, it looks so good. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue to do the rest of my face, but I think I'm gonna like this, like, a lot. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually only setting in like really strategic places. I'm using my Bare Minerals pressed foundation. I don't want to take away this like dewiness that this has, because it's really pretty. It's definitely like not like the dewiest foundation I own, but I still want to like set it, because it's still pretty dewy on my skin. So I'm just setting around here, Even though these, like, around these places is where I get most dry, I do wear glasses, like, all day, every day. So if I don't set this area of my nose and up here, it'll start to, like, rub off. I mean, it still rubs off, but, not as much. And I do find, like, down here on my chin, like, the little lip in my chin gets, like, caught all the time. And I do have a scar on my lip, from when I was a kid that if I don't set that, it looks like absolutely crazy. So I always set these places and then underneath the eyes as well, because I would say the Catrice concealer is a pretty dewy concealer. I'm probably like oversetting right now. So yeah. So that is the face pretty much done. The bronzer, blush, and highlight went on really, really well. It still looks really flawless. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if my skin has ever looked better. Like, I look like I have no pores, no nothing. Like, I feel like I look pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. This shirt is like so weird. I don't like these. This is like the only shirt I own with like this cross hatching thing. And I feel like it always like rides up whenever I wear it. I don't know. Like this is still like, I mean, this is even a large, so it's like pretty baggy like everywhere else. And I don't know. It's really nice material. I'll link it down below if I can find it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I use the Urban Decay like brow blade for my brows, and then I'll do my eyes. I'm not gonna do anything crazy for my eyes because I am going to work. But yeah. Alright, I'm back. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything on the lips. For now, I just have a balm on. I just chucked it on. I didn't, like, really feel like putting anything on right now on my lips. It looks really great. I'm just saying, if this stays like this for the rest of the day, I'm never wearing another foundation again. I mean, it's not too dewy, not, like, looks like I'm sweaty. It doesn't look like I'm, like, dehydrated and I'm about to like die. It looks gorgeous. Powders laid perfectly on top of it. And like my nose, like I said earlier, yeah, it exaggerates dry patches, but I don't think any other foundation wouldn't. And I mean, even up here, like, it's a lot better up there, actually, after I set it. So I think it's great. The time right now is 12:40. So I go to work at 5:45 and then I end work at 10:45. I'm gonna try to do like check-ins every like 2 hours. Let's see if that actually happens. Obviously I can't like check in like during work, but I'll try to check in as much as possible, and especially when I like come home, I'm gonna make sure that I look at it. But yeah, this is so beyond what I thought it would be. Like, Thomas Halbert was right. This is like the best foundation ever so far. Oh my god. It's so good. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but like the packaging. I can't go over the packaging. Like, it's my aesthetic, like in a bottle. Like, I love these like brassy like caps. And it's so nice. And I know that some people are like, you paid $39 for something that's like plastic. Well, I'm a klutz, and I'm going to break this I would break this if this was glass. I've like broken, like, my Maybelline Dewy and Smooth foundation is like my favorite, and I've broken like 3 bottles because I'm absolutely a klutz. So I'll check in with you in a few hours. Hi guys, it is around 3:13 right now, and this is how my skin is looking. Here's it really up close. And like I said, the nose is still pretty bad, but my nose is literally always like that. And then I feel like besides the normal emphasis, the pores are looking great. And it's not too matte, and it looks really good. I mean, even far away it looks great, and then up close Like, obviously, like, you can still see some of my texture, but the pores are, like, gone. It's crazy. And it's wearing really well. I haven't had any transfer, like, just, like, leaning. Like, it's not coming off on my hands. And it's not oxidizing. And it matches me, like, really well. I'm really shocked. Because, like, my arm, my neck, it all matches that. I mean, my arm's a bit paler, but it looks really great. This is definitely becoming a new favorite foundation. I mean, even though it's only been 2 hours, like, I'm pretty sure this is gonna last for a while. Because this is crazy. Looks great. I think this is knocking out my Maybelline Dewy and Smooth as my favorite. Alright, I'll check in with you guys before I go to work at 5:45. But so far, it's really, really good. Hi guys, this is an update at 5 o'clock. It is looking amazing. It's still looking almost exactly the same as last time. I've actually been wearing my glasses for the past few hours since the last checkup, and there's really no wear off right there. I don't have the plastic grippies on my glasses. I have where it just sits on my under eye, and it usually just like rubs off really fast, but this one is staying really well, which tests to its wear power. I mean, goodness. I mean, usually like this is usually a mess like at this time because of my glasses. It might also be that I didn't wear them for the first few hours, but I think it's looking really good. I also wanted to mention the reason I didn't buy the concealer is because I don't usually like a matte finish underneath the eyes. I think it exaggerates too much because I do have really dry under eyes. I also own a lot of concealers. I own more concealers than I do foundations, and I was more interested in this than the concealer, but to be honest, I'll probably buy it eventually. It's also $29, which is pretty expensive when the foundation is only like 10 bucks more because the foundation's $39. So I just thought the foundation was a better bet, and I'm really glad I bought it. It's looking great. I'm gonna head to work and we'll see if it lasts through that. I'll be back at around, my shift ends at 10:45, so I'll be back around like 11:30, sometime around there, but hopefully it will last. Hi guys, here's the final update of the foundation. Like, oh my freaking god. It's amazing. It is about like 11:30, almost 11:45 at night. I worked all day during that 5-hour shift. It was really hot where I work, and it looks great. I can tell that like I look a bit more shiny because it was very hot today. But I mean, even like I had said earlier, like my nose is still like it's barely rubbed off, and where it has, like, it doesn't even look that bad. My nose doesn't look that bad. I mean, everything is worn really well. I mean, obviously it's like wearing down, but especially the powders look really great on top of it. I love this foundation. I totally recommend it. You know, $39 is really expensive, but if you want a long wear foundation, get this foundation because, I mean, I could probably wear it for like another 3 hours and be like totally fine. I definitely recommend this foundation. Thank you for checking out my channel. Again, my name's April. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's April__V. And I hope you come back for my next video. Bye.